Hi there, my name is Jane and this is Loopy Mabel's Closet, my very own dressmaking journey. In today's video, it's all about what I've just been making these last few days. So if you fancy joining me for some sewing chatter, I shall see you in a minute. So welcome back. Firstly, can I say thank you to everybody that commented and give me their sewing opinions on my tartan wilder gown, which is on Mabel here. God, there was so many of you that commented and it was so lovely for all your feedback. I would say 50-50%. 50 said I should leave it as it was and it looked lovely, and 50% said maybe try and change a few bits. So I'm still out on what to do with it, but I think before I go on to what I'm wearing now, but I think I'm probably going to change the tie to break up the tartan and maybe put a black velvet tie. So I'm just searching for some black velvet, and I think I may just shorten it a slight bit on the bottom frill and see what that looks. But also, when I tried it on, I put it on with my black flat boots. But I remember, these have been in the cupboard since last year. I remember I've got my black clogs with a little bit of heel, and I'm thinking these might change the look because it's going to give me a little bit more height, and it may not make me look so swamped in it. So I'm going to give that a try before I take it up. And then hopefully if that does the trick, I'm probably just going to leave it and then just change the tie to the black velvet. But I'll keep you posted on that. The reason why I hardly wear my black clogs, is I find it so hard to wear anything with a heel these days. But these are as high as I can possibly go, and they've gone in the cupboard and then they haven't come out. So I've got them out, blew the dust off because they were covered in dust, and I'm going to start wearing them. I think they might go quite nice with this dress, and as I say, some nice black velvet, a nice broad black velvet tie in a ribbon if I can get hold of it. So that's what I'm going to try. So I'll keep you updated on my wilder gown. I mean, I love the dress, I just wasn't sure that it was right on me. Anyway, so back to what I've been making, and as you can see, this is my latest creation. It is by the named pattern company, and it is the Sointu, I think that's how you say it, the Sointu Kimono Tee. If you remember, it was in my latest vlog on my plans for this month. So I finally got to finish it yesterday, and the fabric I've used is a ponte I got from Jay from the Fabric Edit in this lovely mustard black and white like check, tiny little check. And absolutely, you know when you make something and you pop it on and you think, yeah, I love it. And I'll pop some pictures of me, I've been modelling it in the garden, I'll pop some pictures of me wearing it, and as soon as I put it on, I knew, oh, this is going to be one of my staple pieces just to pop on over, you know, like another top. As you know, if you follow me, you know I like to layer all my clothes and wear like different things underneath and mix and match, and this is just a perfect top for that. I made mine longer than the pattern, because if you see the pattern, so the length of it in the pattern is just, I would say, just skims the hips, I would say. Well, I didn't want that, I wanted something like smock length, so I lengthened mine quite a bit. I think I lengthened mine by 8 inches. So I made it much longer, and I'm really pleased with what I did. I'm really glad I went for that extra length. And it's obviously got the tie. I had enough fabric to do the full length tie and everything. The only thing I didn't do, which I didn't, and if anybody can give me some advice on this, I got me Tilly and the Button stretch book out, and you know you apparently have to reinforce the shoulder seams with clear elastic or ribbon or what have you. So I did all that, but then when I come to sew the shoulder seams on my overlocker, that's probably what you're not supposed to do. When I stitch it on the overlocker with my 1 centimetre seam allowance, all that reinforced ribbon got chopped off, so it ended up not being there. So are you not supposed to overlock the shoulder seams once you've reinforced them? Are you supposed to just straight stitch or lightning stitch on the normal sewing machine? So maybe I did that wrong. But anyway, so I've got no reinforcement left. There's none left because it all got chopped off on the overlocker. So hopefully it won't lose its shape. So if I've done that wrong, well, please somebody let me know. And maybe that's what I did that you're not supposed to do. Maybe you're not supposed to overlock the shoulder seams. I don't know. Yeah, also the pattern recommended that you needed fusible knit interfacing to put on the sleeve cuffs and on the belt, I think it was. Well, I didn't have any in, and I just had normal interfacing, and I thought, well, would that work? So I just thought I'll just wing it and not put any interfacing on, and didn't need it. I don't think it needed it. The fabric just sits lovely, I think. I also learned, which I knew afterwards, I cut the front, well, cut both pieces on the fold, which I shouldn't have done, because when I came to sew the hem, you could see the lines on this check went off. So obviously next time I did it, must remember to draw around one side, flip it over, and then draw around the other side before I cut out, rather than cutting it on the fold, because obviously with it being a jersey fabric, it's obviously moved, and I had a slight wonky line. I'll stand up and show you on my hem. It's not that noticeable, but it does kind of go off a little bit, but not that noticeable. But if you've been picky, and obviously there's the belt, and I just think it's really, really simple make to do. So if you fancy a quick make and you've got some medium to heavyweight jersey fabric in, definitely have a go at this. Super simple. But after I'd cut the pattern out, and you know the usual things, that's the preparation part, and cutting it out, I think I made it within under 2 hours. Really simple. So I'm definitely going to make this again. And another thing I didn't do was I stitched the whole thing together on my overlocker, and I left the neck area till the end. I stay stitched the neck area so it wouldn't lose its stretch out of shape. So I did that. So the neckline, well, the neckline in the pattern suggested that you edged it with a wide knit bias tape, 3 centimetres wide. Well, I didn't have any of that. So then it said you could also use a finer knit jersey, but I just thought that was all a bit too technical. So I got a scrap bit of fabric, and I just got some ordinary bias tape, and I stitched it to like a pretend neck edge on the piece of this scrap fabric, and it's stitched on like a dream. It folded over the edge like a dream. It didn't pull. So I just thought, right, I'm going to try with the bias tape. So I got some black normal bias tape, and I just literally stitched the tape right sides together, then as you can see flipped it over onto the other side, and then top stitched with my lightning stitch on my machine, and it's just worked absolutely fine. I didn't have to snip around the curve on the V section, and it just worked really well. Now whether it would do the same on a more stretchier knit fabric, I don't know, because this is like a ponte fabric, so it's more sturdy and a thicker fabric. Maybe it just held its own, but it worked like an absolute dream. So I was really pleased with that. So that was easy. So if I did it again, I would definitely do it the same way that I did it. Another thing that I didn't do as well, on the belt loops, there's 2 belt loops either side. It suggested that you edged one of the long edges on your overlocker and then folded it into over into 3, and then top stitched down both sides, which I thought, because it was only a really thin piece, I thought that was a bit fiddly. So all I did was stitched it right sides together in a tube, pulled it through, and then had the loops, and I just stitched the loops on. So I did that way. I think I did everything else that it said in the pattern, but I just obviously went a little bit rogue on those things that I pointed out. what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to obviously follow a pattern as obviously best I can, but I'm trying to now add a little bit more confident and maybe add a few more things that I think I would like to add to it, like from my personal style. And hopefully by doing that, it's going to help me obviously with my sewing skills and my confidence, and then just hacking some patterns a little bit more rather than just following a pattern from A to B. So I thought, well, and at the end of the day, I thought it's only fabric. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I could unpick it and then go and get some stretch knit bias tape. So yeah, so I was really pleased, and I really do love this look. So this will be another one that I will just whip up in no time at all. Really easy. And as I say, this is like the Ponte, so medium weight stretch fabric. So the pattern does recommend a medium weight to heavy jersey, and it just says that obviously Ponte, which is what I've used, so it's absolutely spot on. And I think it might be quite nice in like a sweatshirting or like a French terry too. So, and I've got quite a bit of that as well in my stash, so that could work too. So yeah, really pleased, love the fabric, love the style, super simple. So I would definitely, if you haven't tried it and you want something simple to make that you can whip up in a few hours and you've got some medium weight jersey hanging around, definitely give this a try. Loved it, really loved it. The size I did the size UK size 12 to 14. Normally I would have gone straight for the size 16 to 18, but I went to the 12 to 14 and fits like a dream. Oh, I didn't mention, did I? Got my 2.5 stone award on Friday the other day. I was really chuffed. So I've got £7 to go for my 3 stone, and that's my target I set in January this year. So I think I'll probably get to my 3 stone award in January coming, I would think, and in perfect whole year to do 3 stones. So I really am pleased with that. And I've also bought myself some new jeans, which is 2 sizes down. So those wide flared jeans that you probably see me wearing in a lot of the photos, they have now gone to the charity shop because they were really too big now. So that's something too. So yeah, so I just really wanted to show you what I think of this Sointu Kimono Tee by Named Patterns, and it's definitely a thumbs up from me. So I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, please don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I'd love to read your comments. Have you made this tee before? What did you do? Did you lengthen it or did you do something different with yours? I'd love to know. How did you find the neckline? And in fact, did you use the stretch jersey bias, which I've never heard of before? So did you use that, and did you use the stretch interfacing as well? I'd love to know. But until the next time, thank you so much for joining me today. Till next time, please take care, and as always, happy sewing.